you say just about Lou's status, and are you concerned at all? Or?
Well, I think anytime somebody has to sit out, you're concerned about, you know, what the potential is. So, you know, Lou thought she could give it a shot in the second half, and obviously she couldn't. So we'll see tomorrow how she feels, and then we'll see Monday how she feels, and then we'll go from there. That's the best I can tell you.
When Houston was making all those threes, did you feel like you were back home watching on television? And how did you like the way they, you know, what adjustments you make and how they respond, cutting that deficit right there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the issues that you've had all year don't go away. You know, we seem to be the kind of team that we're kind of caught in some ways. You know, like we're trying to work really, really hard to keep people from going by us, and at the same time, then you know, there's a little too much room to shoot it, and a couple of mistakes here and there, and next thing you know, they still got to make them, and they made them. You know, they made them. What are you going to do? And our offense, I think, is what bothered me the first 5 minutes. It wasn't so much, you know, defensively there. I mean, I thought our offense was really bad in the first 5 or 6 minutes. So I think once we got some of that ironed out, then things started to kind of right themselves, and I thought the second half we did great, you know, for the most part. You know, not having Lou and the foul trouble and all the things that we were dealing with, I thought we got great contributions. You know, Crystal and Kristen had to go 40 minutes, and that's not, you know, it's not easy in a game like this. And Liv and Tooley did a great job for us. So it's good that we have to earn wins. You know, that's good for us. It's way better than, you know, just rolling in and the game's over at halftime. So it's good. It's good for us.
Geno's, hey, quite a scene today. Everything from Kobe being behind the bench to what took place at halftime, and Rebecca kind of walking out into the center of a world she has helped create over the years. Her and her team. Just your thoughts on, you know, what that meant to you, what it was like participating in that.
Yeah, the kids obviously were kind of excited. Maybe that led to some of the jittery, you know, stuff, but it's just a lot. It's a lot to process in one day, you know. And it started, you know, started early. It was an early morning, and you have, it's senior day, so you've got all that and all the emotions that go with that. You know that the game itself is going to be emotional in some way, whether it shows or not, and you hope that it's a normal game, but it's not going to be. You know that as well. Yeah. Kobe was a little bit of a distraction. We were hoping he would just send Gigi, his daughter, and him stay home so he wouldn't cause that distraction, but we couldn't arrange that. But he's gotten to know these guys, you know, through a lot of different things, and he's looking forward to coming up here and, you know, giving him, you know, his daughter and make it a daddy-daughter kind of trip, you know, just the two of them, and that's why we didn't make such a big deal about it, but obviously that was a big deal in a lot of ways. And the Rebecca thing is a once in a lifetime for somebody. You know, when you start your college career, I don't know how many kids go, you know what I want to do? I want to create something out of nothing. Like, I want to take something that's okay, and I want to make it that it lasts for 30 years, and I want to be the person that starts all that. To and then have that actually happen is got to be the most unbelievable thing. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on, and you know, for Rebecca to have her teammates here and to share that with them and her family and her dad. It had to be a magical day for her to stand on that court and not be, you know, not have a microphone in her hand and have to interview anybody and just look around and see what's become of what she started. You know, it's got to be a moment that happens to you once in your life. I was glad to be a part of it, for sure.
Geno, what's the biggest adjustment you have to make when Lou doesn't play significant minutes like she did today?
You have to try to win without the ball going in the basket, which is really hard to do sometimes. You know, what are we going to run? How are we going to stretch the defense out? So when Lou's not in the game, it's a lot harder to get in the lane because we just don't have the ability to stretch them out as much. And so we had to like take it and really break it down into something very, very, very simple and very basic, and say, all right, let's take our two best players, Fisa and Crystal, and let's let them do the majority of the work and let the other three see if they can help us a little bit. And Megan had a great second half, you know. But we tried to minimize how much everybody had to do to feel like, you know, we got to compensate for Lou not being there, because you can't replace that. You know, you can't. So it's gonna, you know, if she's not in the lineup for an extended period of time, whatever that is, it's not going to be easy, believe me, at all.
Did you like the energy that Batuli brought off the bench today?
Yeah. You know, these kinds of games where there's a lot of contact at both ends of the floor. You know, they're the games that Thule thrives in. You know, and we knew that, you know, we're not going to get a lot of points. We're not going to get a lot of buckets. So that's not why she's going in. But we know there's going to be bodies flying and things happening, and she's going to rebound, and she's going to be physical and aggressive, and that's exactly what she was. I mean, she was terrific. She really, really was.
What do you think this day meant for Nafisa? Do you feel like she was really, you know, soaking in the experience? And
Yeah, I thought the danger when you have days like this is someone tries to make it a career day, you know, and you worry that they're going to try to be more than, you know, and they try to be a lot instead of just staying within themselves. But, you know, Fisa did what Fisa does. To have her mom and dad and her brother here, you know, they don't get an opportunity, obviously, to come up here a lot, and to, you know, kind of just soak in, this is what's happened the last 4 years. And even though it's probably not my last game in the Gamble Pavilion, it's just an opportunity. You know, she said it best, you know, earlier. She said, I'm just here, you know, I'm not looking at it as an end to anything. I just want to celebrate, you know, what we've all been able to accomplish the last 4 years. You know, I thought that's what today was mostly all about.
Geno, after this game, Katie Lou and Nafisa are now in the top 5 in the all-time scoring list. What do you think that says about what they've accomplished so far during their time here as they wrap things up?
Well, a byproduct of those two being in the top 5 is we're in deep doo-doo next year. without them, because they just make it look so natural, you know. If you look at the two of them, they just go about what they do, and it's never at the expense of the team or about winning or about anything. They just do it in the context of, this is what I do because this helps our team win. So there's no selfishness, there's no, you know, I need to get my points tonight, I need to get X number of shots tonight. There's never been any of that. And for them to have reached the level that they've reached, given that they've done it so unselfishly, I think that's probably the best example of what we're trying to teach here at Connecticut.
We have time for a couple more.
You know, how about going down to South Florida? They've been playing really well. They didn't play well today, but.
They played
Cincinnati, they lost.
at Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
So,
Cincinnati's
about going down
great.
there and they played well and.
Yeah.
Is the weather gonna affect your travel? You
No,
know,
I don't
get out
think
there?
it will. I mean, they're saying that it's supposed to be bad tomorrow night, but we'll be out of here before that. Hopefully the weather's really bad Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we can't get back. That's my hope. Even though the team is coming back Monday night. So CD and I are staying down there no matter what anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't think we'll have any problem. But the big problem we're gonna have is the way South Florida plays, you know? So you look at the team today that we played, and then the team we're gonna play Monday, and it's 180 difference. How Houston played, which they played great. I mean, you know, he's done an unbelievable, you know, Hugh's done an unbelievable job, you know, coaching that team and getting them to where they are, and they're way better than their record, especially when they're making shots like that. They're an aggressive bunch, you know, and they try to like take it right at you. And Monday's game was more of a, you know, kind of a finesse kind of game. So they're really, you know, they're really difficult team to play no matter what. And we got one day, you know, to turn it around and you know, we get a couple of days off next week, and then we get back to work.
At what point do you decide if Lou is going to make the trip or not, whether it's worth it even?
Tomorrow, you know. And initially, Janelle said she was just having some muscle spasms, that it wasn't any, you know, anything that was going to require, you know, anything maybe more than just some treatment. So we'll see how she responds to it tomorrow. And if she's good to go and can sit on the plane for a couple hours, then she'll come. And if they tell me and she tells me I can't, then she won't. So we'll know tomorrow.
Great, thanks, Coach.
Yeah. Okay.
What have Lou and Thea meant to this program in your words?
What I like is how quiet, you know, how quiet it's been for them to do what they've done. They've done it in a really quiet way. And when you know, you look at errors in our program, you know, and you can pick out a couple people all the time, you know, going back to, you know, Kerry Bascom and Megan Patterson and that group, and all the way through today, you know, there's always one or two players that come to define that period of time, and you just hope you leave something that people will remember forever, and that's what Lou and Fisa have done.